Our next speaker is Josh Hetzler. Josh.
Good evening. My name is Josh Hetzler. I'm an attorney with the Family Foundation of Virginia, and my information is with the clerk. I'd like to speak to the non-discrimination policy tonight, and I'd like to keep my lawyer hat on. Some of my remarks will echo those of Mr. Dalton, but I think they're worth repeating. And I want to leave you with three main points. The first is that Prince William County schools are not legally required to add the categories of sexual orientation and gender to its policy. In fact, no Virginia court or any applicable federal court has ruled that sexual orientation and gender identity must be a special protected class under state or federal law. Additionally, the U.S. Department of Education's Dear Colleague letter that has been referenced has no force of law and is not binding on any court or this board. And additionally, since the Department of Education and Department of Justice's guidance letter has not gone through proper regulatory channels, it should be given no deference by any authority, including this board. Numerous federal courts, including the United States Supreme Court, have recently halted any attempts to enforce policies like the one proposed this evening, including the major case out of Gloucester County, Virginia. And just this past week, the Virginia Supreme Court heard oral arguments on a case pertaining to this type of policy, and it has not yet weighed in. It is one of several cases across the country and in Virginia to be still in the court system. And finally, on this point, Title IX specifically permits separation in certain settings on account of a student's sex. So all of that to say that Prince William County is not legally required to add these categories. The second point is that Prince William County is actually legally prohibited from enacting a school policy elevating the actions or characteristics of sexual orientation and gender identity to a protected status. Virginia's Dillon rule requires that local non-discrimination laws not be more stringent than the state law. State non-discrimination law does not include sexual orientation or gender identity, as this proposed policy attempts to do, making its adoption a clear violation of the law. Adding the proposed language presumably requires all Prince William schools to permit boys into girls' bathrooms, changing areas, showers, overnight bedroom facilities for field trips, and onto every girls' athletic team and vice versa. Permitting these practices most assuredly violates the countless students' constitutional right to privacy, as well as many students' right to religious liberty. And finally, I would just say it would actually violate Title IX itself for the reasons that Mr. Dalton stated. For these reasons, we respectfully ask you to reject these amendments. Thank you.